All right. I believe that we are good to go here. We are live.
What's up, everybody? We are live.
Yes, we are doing this. It is week one of the NFL season. Fired up, ready to go. We have a beautiful game here today with the I am on 7 second delay on my own laptop here, and it's messing me up. We're
We
here
got
for week one. We're ready to go.
we got so much going on here at Procrastination. We're trying to go live. Where are we live right now, Mike? Are we live on Facebook?
We are live on Facebook. So check us out on Facebook. We should be live maybe on Instagram. We'll see how that's going.
Wait, were you
but
able?
as of right now,
Were you able to do Instagram live from yours, or because I have Instagram live up on mine?
oh, let me join you then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are very much on Facebook. I can see it now.
Because I have Instagram live up on mine. We are. Oh, there's the delay there. So if you can stream it live,
Am I in there with you now?
it says you joined. I just waved at you.
All right. I guess that worked.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
This is new for us, but week one, we got Texans Chiefs. We talked about it on the podcast, but we are live for the pregame show right now. First off, Andy Reid's face mask is absolutely electric. He has
those shield PPEs.
Yeah, he's got like a squeegee type of like windshield wiper shield going right now, and it is glorious. Did you see how he's breathing onto it and it's fogging up?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Andy Reid is a thing of beauty. We got the guys on the Sunday Night Football crew here. They are picking the game. 90% of America are all over the Chiefs. Everybody on the Sunday Night Football crew swept the board. They all picked the Chiefs.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Chiefs tonight? I mean, they are going to have 18,000 people in attendance. Does that make a huge difference?
That is truly bananas to me. That they'll be having all of those people there in attendance. I will say this, for those of you who have not listened to the Pick'em podcast yet, Scores and I originally took these picks earlier. I'll tell you this, with the 18,000, I'm more confident than ever that they cover the 10.5.
Yeah, I think they're going to cover the 10.5 now too. I took the over. That was my big move for this game. The over's 53.5.
Oh, yeah. Kansas City's going to get to 35 by themselves, and then you have to
That's what we're hoping for. The big first half line is 6.5 for Kansas City, giving 6.5. I would probably I think Kansas City dominates this game from the jump. I'm not a huge believer in the Texans.
So the first half line is Kansas City minus 6.5.
Yeah.
For them to get to 10.5, I feel like they have to be up at least a touchdown going into the first half locker room. We discussed this on the podcast. With no preseason games, there's no replication for the speed that Kansas City is going to give to them. And I just feel like that's with Hill and Hardman and Watkins, there's just going to be too much on the outside. I think they'll cover the 6.5 in the first half easy.
Do we have an update on the Lakers Rockets game? Because I took the Rockets minus the 5 and a pimple there, or getting 5.5, I should say.
I feel like Houston, with the season on the line, has to come forth and really shoot it out there on the NBA side, because if they don't win, it could be a real 1-2-3 Cancun kind of situation.
Yeah, let's see what that score is right now. Yeah, this is a blowout. This was a dumb pick.
Lakers 46, Houston 34, with just shade under 4 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was a dumb pick. So what do you like in this game? You sticking with the Chiefs and you sticking with the Chiefs given the points here?
I like the Chiefs minus 10.5. I also like the full game over Those are just, if the Houston Texans wide receiving core is weird to me. They've got Cooks, they've got Fuller, they've got guys who are boom bust kind of Deshaun Jackson types. And I just don't know how you build an entire offense around those guys.
Look, I think Deshaun Watson is a phenomenal player. I like him a lot. I just don't see the Super Bowl hangover being a real thing for the Chiefs. And I think tonight they come out, like you said on the podcast, it's ring night. They're going to have 18,000 people in the stands. They're able to pump in crowd noise. Look, I know we said that laying the 10.5 is scary. It definitely is in an NFL game, but I think you just have to suck it up and do it here.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I usually never feel good about a double-digit line. I think there's only one other double-digit line this weekend, and I took the points there. But it's ring night. There's actual fans there, and with no preseason games, it could get seriously ugly for Houston. I think they have enough firepower where you switch to a prevent defense, you get Cooks and Fuller to beat you up.
I need points early. I just want to see a lot of points early here, like 21 points in the first quarter. I mean, this is like, I think as we go on and we get more sound with the pregame show and what we actually want to do with it, it'll be good. But it's just like we said this before. It's just great to have football back right now. Anybody talking football, watching football is a welcome sight. The Chiefs are blowing it out here for the ring ceremony, the Lamar, or what's it called, the Lombardi Trophy. Yeah. They got the Lamar Hunt Trophy there. They got the Lombardi Trophy there. They got the rings. This is a big night.
I can't believe we're seeing fans in the stands. This is the most surreal part of this ring ceremony to me, is because it's been so long since I've seen a sporting event attended by Americans.
This is crazy. You're right. This is kind of one of those surreal moments that you'll remember forever, where you were when you saw fans back in the stands. Hold on, my food's at the door. Talk amongst yourself.
Okay. So while we're kicking it here, while Scores gets his pizza, there's an electric jacket on the member of the Hunt family there. So they're putting up the banner. Very interesting to put it on top of the stadium. There's not a lot of places where they do that. I think that this game, the 10.5, I think that's an easy one. I'm actually surprised that the line did not move further in the Chiefs' favor over the course of the day, especially with people in the stands. Chiefs are taking this field as a team, so I don't think there'll be a ring presentation today, which typically in basketball, baseball, you'll see
the ring. They did the ring presentation before the game, like they all got their ring. Just didn't do it. Okay. I think they brought everybody out before. But look at this, man. Fans in the stands. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth in the booth together. We got real life football, man.
No slide in from Collinsworth.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they must be doing this in a studio, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine that they're there.
Yeah, I doubt that. I'm sure they're doing this all in New York for the whole season, I bet.
Yeah, that's been the case in baseball so far.
This is great, man. I mean, it is. I'm sorry. I'm just staring at the TV because it's so weird to see fans at this game right now.
Yeah. And then with Al and Chris here, that's just so cool.
In my opinion, they're the best football duo we have.
Absolutely.
I love Al Michaels. When you listen to Al Michaels, you feel like it's a big game. Like he's got the big game voice. He's ready to go. I hope he does this forever. Honestly, the day Al Michaels retires is going to be shitty when we're forced to listen to Mike Tirico. He just doesn't have the big game voice. You need a big game voice guy.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Joe Buck has the big game voice. Jim Nance has got the big game voice, but that's what like baseball's been suffering for on ESPN. Yeah. They don't have that big game voice. Like Matt Vasgersian isn't a big game voice guy.
I've always been surprised that we don't see more of Kevin Harlan, who I think that nobody goes out and gets Kevin Harlan as their A1 guy. I think he's he does a lot of the NBA games. He does the occasional football game.
He's good at football.
Yeah, but he's not, he's never in like the A block for the
Do you think
companies.
there's any type of Super Bowl hangover for the Chiefs or not at all?
I think they're so gifted offensively where if we see this tonight where the timing routes aren't there because they've never played against, you know, a defense that was allowed to hit Mahomes or chase Mahomes. That's the only thing I can see them garnering some sort of Super Bowl hangover.
Who scores the first touchdown tonight?
I am big on McCole Hardman. I think that if people overload to Hill, that he has a better chance than say Watkins. I believe the favorite is Clyde Edwards-Helaire at plus 500. So I think he's a trendy pick. I don't know if having no snaps affects what they wanted to do with him this year.
See, you need to hope that, like, I would pick Kelsey, but you need to hope that they get into the red zone because the Chiefs have so much firepower and so much big play potential that they might not even be in the red zone a lot, right? You just get Tyreek Hill out in the open, and then it's a touchdown that way.
Yeah.
What do you like in the first half here? Let me see what the over-under is in the first half. We got 6.5 for the points. The Rockets stink, huh? God.
6.5 points.
God.
Who do you like to score the first touchdown here? Kelsey, if they get in the red zone.
I like Kelsey, and I might go with a real trendy pick like Deshaun Watson running the ball. I like that one a little bit.
That's a good one.
So first half over under 26.5. First half over under 26.5.
26.5 is
over.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I know, but I think if you take the game over though, you have to assume that
Well, I guess not. That's half. If you think they get halfway the over in the first half.
Yeah, you could kind of hedge your bets, I guess, a little bit by going under in the first half, but then it's kind of a risky situation in the second half.
I'm always trying to root for points.
Me too. I can't root for the under.
So 26.5, that's a ton of points. But if you think Kansas City scores 3 times and Houston scores once,
you're in good shape.
Even if it's a field goal from Houston, you're at the over. Which I think I can see them scoring 24 points in the first half of this game.
I said this I wrote a blog today about this game.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't stop the Chiefs on consecutive possessions, the game's over. If you let them score twice in a row.
I'm totally on board with that. It reminds me a lot of those old Colts teams where if you kicked a field goal once against Manning and those Colts that were scoring 40 points a game, you lost.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about
the end zone every time.
The only way you can win a game against the Chiefs is if you stop them twice throughout the game. And I don't know that the Texans are going to have that capability.
It's so weird to think about it defensively because there haven't been any real defensive snaps with the lack of preseason games.
Well, yeah, there's not going to be any type of defense, I don't think, early. So that's why I took the over. And this is where it'll be the fact that they just come out and are ready to hit everybody and nobody scores. But I had to take the over in this game.
I'm with you. I think that Kansas City is just going to score so many points.
Kansas City has the potential to put up 40 points every single game, regardless of who they play.
Absolutely.
Especially with the new defensive rules that kind of limit defensive players, and without the tackling in preseason, without the preseason games. This is so weird to see the game ready to be kicked off here, and there's only 18,000 people, how they're spread out.
Yeah. I think that it's going to be. Oh, wow. They're even doing the anthems outside of the stadium. It looks like they sang them
in Lambeau.
or earlier in the day when no one was there. But it's
Anyway,
it's kind of surreal to see.
Stadium.
Everybody's about 3 or 4 seats apart. I would have to assume the people sitting together are there together.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure that's what they did. All right. So we are about 5 minutes away from kickoff here. Oh, Andy Reid took the shield off. Oh, I think it's attached to his hat. All right. So we are about 5 minutes away from kickoff. Mike, any last words before we wrap up our first pregame show and get ready to watch this? You can follow Mike. Mike will be tweeting from the Procrastination Twitter account, I'm sure, so go check that out there. We'll have some live cut-ins on Instagram. Check out our stories there. But Here we go. Week 1 of the NFL season. Mike and I are both on the Chiefs and the over in the first half and the game. Anything else, Mike?
I like that we were able to get this show here. I like that we were able to go live. I believe that we are still live. Yes.
I think so.
Worked flawlessly. Very excited about it. So
we are going to be going live on Monday night for the Giants Steelers. I'm a huge Giants fan. We'll probably stay on longer now that we know we can get this up and running live. We'll probably do pregame and first half Monday night. Yeah. So a bunch of food. We'll relax. You can watch me go crazy over the Giants in live time. So that'll be fun.
Don't leave the people hanging. What did you order before we sign off?
I ordered some penne alla vodka, some oysters, some mussels, and a large loaf of Italian bread.
Carb loading for week 1.
Got to do it. Got to be in shape with the team. So
check out the blog, procrastinationsports.com. Read Scores' preview. Listen to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and the blog to hear our picks for the rest of the week, especially if we hit the over and the 10.5 tonight, because then you know we're proven winners.
Procrastination Podcast Network. Check that out. Corner Booth. We got every game we picked for this upcoming weekend. Hold on, there's a fly. I'm going to try to kill it. Oh, I missed him. And we'll be back Monday for the live stream pregame and first half of the New York Football Giants and Scores' redemption tour with the Giants. The Joe Judge era is going to begin. I am all in on Joe Judge. So we will be back. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. All right.
Good
live
shit.
video is through. We can even create a clip from the video. I'll have to look at that next time. So stop streaming.
I'm live.
And then I can stop